Welcome to Tutorial 1. In this tutorial we are going to learn how to add a student to the database provisionally and issue an offer letter along with student agreement. To begin with, log into Record Manager. This is accessed through FileMaker. Enter your username and password. Every user has their own access level. This default screen will appear. Hold the mouse over the admin button and it will provide a list of options for you. Choose your option. Go into this admin screen and click on the button Add New Student. To the left you'll see that the fields in white, there is the option to add the details of the student. As you enter the student's details, you'll notice that to the right of the screen in the blue fields, the information will automatically appear. For example, we are currently entering the details for the student Lyndall Fokins. This student is a girl, and so her title being Miss. Under gender on the right-hand side, the letter F has appeared. When you enter the birth date, you'll notice that to the right in the blue screen, the exact age will appear. You need to enter the highest qualification achieved, in this case Year 12, and then after that you need to enter the score achieved. This student has achieved a 6.5. Now you will be asked to enter an agent code. Most students will join the RTO through an agent. Every agent has their own code, so you need to select which agent has sent that student. You also need to add what commission the agent will be given. This is determined by a contract between the RTO and the agent, so please select that commission. Likewise, you need to select which option the student has selected for payment, so please click on that. Do note that at this time not all information needs to be entered for the student. There is the option to enter more information later on, as you can see here in the bottom right-hand corner. So, next of all, click on the tabs at the top. We'll go through the course details, and you select which course the student will be studying, in this case the Diploma of Hospitality Management. Notice that the current status of the student is pending. When the student is actually admitted to the course, this status will change to Stage 1. Then add the start date for the course. This student will be starting on the 26th of February. Now that's really all we need to do for now. Later when the student is admitted to the course, they will be given a group ID, so that information will come later. Let's now look at some of the other tabs. You will look at the contact details. This is information that can be added now or later on. There is information for visa and passports. You can add information for emergency contacts. You can enter information for medical. Now there's lots of little options here. You can choose, for example, medical information, insurance, whether there's an ambulance subscription. All this information can be added on this screen. When you click on the Attendance tab, there will be a table that appears. This will, ordinarily what will happen here is that you will not be able to add or edit this summary. This is actually done through a different table. So let's look at this table now. Okay, notice that with regard to the attendance, that the default is present. If you change it to absent, as I've just done, you'll notice that it will change the percentage attendance and the number of classes attended. These details. Click on the Fees tabs, and all the information that you see here is actually referenced from other tables within the database. We don't as such make any changes or alterations in this screen. These are reference tables. On this side there are debit entries, and on the other side there are credit entries. All debits show up in a running statement like a bank balance, as you see for this particular student. This includes future payments for each student. To demonstrate how this page works, I will add an entry. Say that this student has paid $1,000. Enter this. After the student has made this payment, there is the total remaining of $16,548 from the previous total of $17,548. Let's now click on the Installments tab. Here you can see the instalment due date, the running total, that is the total amount to pay, and the agent code. Depending on how the student chooses to pay, this page will provide the requisite number of instalments together with each instalment value. This amount shown here is the amount the student is expected to pay. But let's now click on Student Results. This is where the student results and attendance are displayed. But let's focus on the results. By default, the student result is TBA, that is, to be assessed. As and when the results are entered for various assessment areas in a given unit into the results table, the average of those assessments will be reflected here. So this page displays the current results. It keeps getting updated as new results are entered. This screen is designed to view results, but to show how a mark entered will change the results. Let's enter a result. If I enter a mark, say 45, it changes the outcome to NYC, not yet competent. Let's try another mark, say 90. It will change the outcome to C, competent. It will pick up the result according to what mark is entered. In another tutorial, we will look at how to enter unit results into the results table for a group of students. Let's now click on PDF and other documents. If I click on the button View Student Folder, it brings all the archived files for that student. Let's go back to that screen and I'll show you the PDF. The example that is showing here is a letter sent to the student detailing their username and their password. Next, we will observe how to issue a provisional offer letter to a student. Every student has a folder. As a student is admitted to the course, a folder will automatically be created. When you click on Provisional Offer button, it will do the following. 1. It creates an individual folder for the student. This is where all the information for the student is stored, all PDF letters and scanned images. 2. It generates an offer letter along with the student acceptance and agreement. If you go into Student Details in the tab view, you observe that the radio button for the offer letter and folders created has now changed to Yes from the default setting of No. Let's look at the letter created. This here is the offer letter. It will now sit in the student folder. Here is the folder that was automatically created by the script. Click on the offer letter. There, you can see it. All the information is automatically picked up from the student table that we entered while adding the student to the database. Therefore, information such as course title, course fees, etc. are all picked up automatically from related tables. Once the student accepts, we then go to the Confirm Admission stage. Let's look at an example. Click the Student Find button and select a student from the drop-down list in the Student ID field. In this case, we'll look at Lyndall Folkens. It will bring up the record and then enter the ECOE, that is the Electronic Confirmation of Enrollment, in the first field. We now need to enter the student into a group. Go to the Course Details tab and enter the group the student is going to attend classes in. Select a group from the drop-down list or enter a new group if one does not show up. When the group is entered, it should change the current stage of the student to 1. Originally it was pending. And now we click the button Confirm Admission. This button does the following. 1. It creates classes for results and attendance. 2. Invoice the student for the course. 3. Create future payment installments. And 4. Create a user account and password for the student to access database over the web. By default, everything will change from no to yes. That means that the student has been confirmed. When the student physically arrives to commence the course, we enter the course commencement date, orientation date, etc. And a student is given an enrolment form whereby he/she updates information like local address, visa, passport details, private health insurance, and emergency contact details. After the student has updated the information on a hard copy, we enter that into the database. Let's now have a quick look at the billing and installment table. If we go back and look at Lyndall's details in the tab view and move from left to right, you'll see that it has brought in the information to update the fees, future payments, results, and attendance. This is the end of Tutorial 1.